Everything flows, out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. The Kybalion. Greetings, mortals, and a capital day to all. I am your host Simon, and this is the Library of Gnosis. Sorry I have not uploaded in a while now, but life has kept me plenty busy. I also sometimes need time to do research and so on. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Anyways, let us get to it. Even if you're a new viewer to this channel, I'm sure you're familiar with the concept of synchronicity as proposed by Carl Jung. The concept of synchronicity can be likened to tuning into the universe's rhythm. A rhythm that is neither random nor chaotic, but intricately woven into the fabric of existence. This rhythm manifests in patterns, cycles, and connections that we sometimes perceive as coincidences or meaningful alignments. However, these synchronicities are more than mere chance. They are a glimpse into the underlying harmony that guides both the cosmos and our individual lives. Imagine the universe as a grand symphony, where every event, choice, and movement is a note in the composition. Just as a musician follows the rhythm and tempo set by the piece, we navigate our lives within the constraints of time, space, and the natural laws that govern reality. The music doesn't force us to play a specific melody. We have the freedom to improvise, to play our own unique notes. Yet, we remain within the overarching structure of the symphony. This is the interplay of free will and destiny. Free will is the improvisation, the choices we make, the paths we take, the actions we perform. Destiny, on the other hand, is the underlying structure, the key, the time signature, the inevitable resolution of the symphony. No matter how we choose to play our part, the music will eventually resolve. It will find its cadence, its final chord. This is why there is no true distinction between free will and destiny. They are two facets of the same journey, two forces that shape and are shaped by each other. What we call synchronicity is actually just the universe following a rhythm. This is what you are noticing. I do not think there's a difference between free will and destiny. Two paths that always end up in the same place. Imagine life as a river flowing towards the ocean. The river's path represents destiny, a predetermined route towards a final destination. Along this path, there are countless ways the water can flow, representing the exercise of free will. Each drop of water may take a different route, encountering various obstacles and opportunities. But ultimately, all the water converges at the ocean. In this analogy, our choices, free will, shape our journey, but the overall direction, destiny, remains the same. The convergence of free will and destiny implies that while we may have the freedom to navigate our path, the destination is fixed. This perspective aligns with the notion of synchronicity, where our individual actions and the events of the universe are intertwined, creating a harmonious, purposeful flow towards a common endpoint. The true meaning of life is not known to men on this plane, if indeed to any. but the highest authorities and our own intuitions teach us that we will make no mistake in living up to the best that is in us, so far as is possible, and realizing the universal tendency in the same direction in spite of apparent evidence to the contrary. We are all on the path, and the road leads upward ever, with frequent resting places. The Kybalion. The rhythm of the universe can be seen in natural phenomena such as the changing seasons, the phases of the moon, and even the cycles of life and death. When we notice synchronicities, we are tuning in to these rhythms, recognizing the intricate dance of cause and effect and the flow of time and events. When you listen to music, it has a rhythm that flows. The rhythm does not have to be the same or predictable, but it always has to match up with the rest of the song. Have you ever seen a misshapen cloud? No, nature never makes a mistake. History does not repeat itself, but it often rhymes. Mark Twain. The cycles of history, like the rhythms of life, do not repeat in an identical fashion, but they resonate with familiar patterns. These patterns are the universe's way of maintaining balance, of ensuring that despite the infinite variation of individual choices, the flow towards the ultimate destination remains consistent. When we observe synchronicity, we are noticing the moments when our individual melody aligns perfectly with the rhythm of the universe. These moments feel significant because they reveal the coherence between our personal experience and the larger order of things. Just as no two clouds are identical, yet all are shaped by the same natural forces, our lives are unique, yet bound by a shared destiny. Nature never makes a mistake, and neither does the universe. Even the apparent chaos has its place within the grand design. This perspective invites us to embrace both the freedom to choose and the inevitability of the destination. The river may twist and turn, encountering rocks, waterfalls, and meandering paths, but it will always reach the ocean. Our task is not to resist the flow, but to navigate it with awareness, to listen for the rhythm, and to find harmony within it. Wu Wei is a central concept in Taoism that translates to non-action or effortless action. Despite what the term might suggest, Wu Wei is not about doing nothing or being passive. Instead, it refers to a state of mind in which one aligns so perfectly with the flow of life that their actions are both spontaneous and perfectly effective. Wu Wei is about achieving a state where you act effortlessly and naturally, without force or struggle. Imagine a skilled athlete who seems to move with ease, or a musician who plays an instrument as if it were an extension of their body. They aren't thinking through each movement. Rather, they are fully present and in harmony with their activity. Their actions flow seamlessly because they are not trying to impose their will against the natural rhythm of the task. In Taoism, the Tao is the fundamental principle that underlies and unites everything in the universe. It is the natural order, the way things are meant to flow. Wu Wei involves aligning oneself with the Tao, allowing the natural course of events to unfold without unnecessary interference. When you practice Wu Wei, you are in tune with the Tao, acting in a way that is in harmony with the world around you. Wu Wei encourages letting go of excessive control and trusting in the natural process of life. This doesn't mean being inactive. Rather, it's about avoiding unnecessary effort, resistance, or forcing outcomes. It is like sailing with the wind rather than against it. By letting go of rigid expectations and preconceived notions, you allow things to unfold as they naturally will. The paradox of Wu Wei is that by not forcing things, you often achieve more. For example, when you stop trying so hard to solve a problem and instead take a step back, the solution might present itself naturally. Wu Wei teaches that there is great power in patience, observation, and trusting the flow of life. Practicing Wu Wei involves being fully present in the moment. When you're mindful, you can act with clarity and precision, responding to a situation as they are, rather than trying to impose your will on them. Embracing Wu Wei means accepting things as they are, not as you wish them to be. This doesn't mean giving up on change, but understanding that change happens more effectively when it's aligned with the natural flow rather than imposed through force. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Lao Tzu. Wu Wei is often associated with mastery. When you've mastered a skill, you don't need to constantly think about each step. You just act. And the right actions come naturally. This can apply to anything, from art to leadership to daily living. Wu Wei is often compared to water, which flows effortlessly around obstacles, finding the path of least resistance. Water doesn't force its way forward. It simply moves in harmony with the contours of the land. Yet over time, it can carve valleys and shape mountains. Similarly, Wu Wei teaches us to act with flexibility and adaptability, achieving great results without unnecessary force. In essence, Wu Wei is about finding a way to live that is both effective and in harmony with the world around us. It's the art of doing without doing, of acting in a way that is so natural and aligned with the Tao that it feels effortless. When you dance, if you are good at it, then you do not need to think about your next move. You simply follow the tune of the rhythm. One can ascend to a higher development only by bringing rhythm and repetition into one's life. Rhythm holds sway in all nature. Rudolf Steiner. Now the pendulum has swung left and it has swung right, but now it is coming to a stop in the middle. Likewise, this video is coming to an end. If you enjoyed this, and especially if you learned something, then please share the video, and do leave a comment below letting me know what you think. I would also like to extend a big thank you to my Patreons. I will see you in the next one, mortals.